Welcome back. I want to make a challenge to Drayton Michaels. And I want to challenge what he says in this video.
Dogs have an economy, and in the dog's economy is food, social outlets, and some kind of access to something that they want. So if you have food and I ask my dog to do something and they do it and I pay them food, I'm controlling that economy because food is money to dogs. So if I have a lot in the bank with my dog, okay, and I don't have any debits that really matter, like...
You see that? More credits in the bank equals stronger trust. In other words, the more times the dog does something that he wants it to do and he gives it a reward, food, he's saying that that builds trust. It helps the dog to trust you.
Okay, the dog gets timed out, or I might remove a treat if the dog goes to take it.
Timed out, or he might remove a treat if it goes to take it. That's his way of punishment, punishing the dog for not doing what he wants it to do. He is an advocate of positive reinforcement.
Then I have a dog who's going to trust. They're going to trust humans, they're going to trust me, and it always begins with...
He said they're going to trust humans.
The main people. But what about somebody who has nothing in the bank and you've been jabbing your dog in the neck to get him to stop doing something and they're afraid of hands, and now somebody innocently reaches to pet, which looks like a jab to the dog, and they bite him. That's on the person who's been hitting their dog.
Okay? You get that? He's talking about Caesar. The way he chops dogs in the neck as a way of correcting behavior of aggression, from what I've seen or from what I understand. He only does that with aggressive dogs or dogs that appear like they're about to become aggressive.
That's taking a debit out. That's taking something from the trust account. So you always want to put more into the trust account than take out.
Okay, so basically, he's a big advocate of positive reinforcement. And he has this belief that it is far more effective than the reinforcement used by Caesar. And I am saying that that still does not create a harmless dog. And you know it. You know it. You cannot produce a harmless dog, especially not a harmless bully breed. You said in this video that the dog will trust people. No, they won't. They might trust the person that's giving them food, but they will attack other people, primarily kids. The smaller the target, the more of an urge these things have to attack. I just retweeted something a few minutes ago about a pit bull that hates children, but it doesn't attack the two children that lives with it. Why? Because they feed it. So that dog is still a threat to the community and especially all the kids in the neighborhood.
And in the dog's economy is food, social outlets, and some kind of...
You using positive reinforcement does not keep other people safe. All it does is provide you with a way to project yourself as morally superior, because I believe many of these trainers of bully breeds who claim to only use positive reinforcement, I don't believe it. There are some moments when you slap these things around. That's what I personally believe, because you all understand that dogs understand aggression and that they themselves use aggression to correct behavior and establish themselves as the alpha, as the ruler of the home. As the owner of the home, you have to establish power in the home. You don't put it into the dog's head that it can get whatever it wants out of you whenever it wants. Because at some point, it's going to demand the food. It's going to attack you. if it doesn't get it, or it'll simply try to attack you to replace you. It may see you as a weak link. Why wouldn't it? Seeing that you fork over food like a slave every time it comes up to you. You're constantly giving it something and it never giving you something. Why would it look at you as some type of strong figure? So you're actually working to trigger its instinct to remove the weak link. You have a very flawed system, and I challenge your ideology. I hope you accept the challenge. That's my position. You and your formula does not, and you know it, does not produce a harmless pit bull. And no, it does not have to be provoked to attack. These types of dogs still attack people, and you know it. These are also the types of dogs we hear about in these attack cases, and you know it. It's unnatural for dogs to assume some type of subordinate position in the so-called pack without the use of any aggression. And you know it, and all you other trainers know it. You have an extremely fraudulent profession. Do you have anything to say?